Hello and welcome back to Gapeys Grow Room and the Pepper in a Can Challenge update. So you can see here we've actually only got 3 cans of the 4 sitting here because those are the only 3 that germinated after 1 week. And the good news is we had 100% germination on all 3 cans. So we've got 3 little seedlings coming up in each of these cans. So I'm going to be thinning these down to 1 seedling per can, and I'll see if I could save the extra 2 and just pot those up into a container, and then I'll sell those as starts in the spring. But let me show you where the other can is that hasn't germinated. So I decided to use this tote here to hold in the heat and help with moisture as well. But I've got a heat mat in the tote, and normally I would use one of those humidity domes, but because the cans are so tall, those humidity domes aren't tall enough for that. So I ended up putting one of these little cups over the top of the can. It seemed to fit pretty perfectly, and that helps hold in the moisture. And I've got the probe for the thermostat for the heat mat in the can here. But you can see there is nothing coming up yet. So this one is the Lingria, and this is actually the can. I noticed later that this can is 12.7 ounces, which is actually too big for the Pepper in a Can challenge. They're supposed to be 12 ounces, so I guess it's a good thing that this one is the one that didn't germinate, because this one probably won't qualify for the actual contest. But we're gonna let it sit for maybe another week or so and see if anything comes up. But I'm gonna show you how I'm gonna separate the seedlings in these ones that did germinate. I'm going to be using these 6-cell large trays for our seedlings, and I'm going to be putting 1 in each of these. So each one of these has 3 seedlings, and we're going to be removing 2 of those and putting them in here. So first I'm going to be filling up these cells with some potting mix, and I'm using some Grow Mix potting mix, which I've been using for the last couple of years, and I'm pretty happy with how it's been working. All right, let's start with the Calico here. So this one has 3 seedlings, and they're all pretty close to the middle. So what I want to do is keep the one that's closest to the middle. So I'm definitely going to get rid of this guy here, and then I'll probably keep this one here in the back. So the tricky part is going to be trying to remove these 2 without damaging the other one. And you want to do this as soon as possible, because right now the root should only be 1 single string. If you wait too long, they're going to start branching out, and it's going to be really, really difficult to get these out. So I'm going to be using a plastic chopstick. You can use pretty much anything you want. You can use a stick or maybe even a plant label if it's sturdy enough. So what I'm going to do is just poke under the soil and try to push the seedling out. And then I'm just going to pull the stem. All right, so that one came out. It looks like it's starting to branch a little bit. So we want to get this into our potting mix here. All right, so we have 1 more to get out. So this one here, so I'm just going to gently pull on it, and it came right out. So we're going to make a little hole in our potting mix here, and then just put it right in. It's actually, I'm surprised how long it is. So we'll just push it down. And there's our first one. So the soil got a little bit pushed around when I did that, so all you need to do is just kind of gently push it down. And it is sticking up a little bit, so if you want, you can add a little bit more potting mix in there if you want. And he should be just fine. So that is 1 down, and we've got 2 more to go. Now this one here has one seedling that is still not all the way up, which should be okay. We could leave that one in there and get the other two. I definitely want to get this one out because it is much taller, so we don't want anything too tall. So I think I might leave. It's kind of a tough decision. This one looks like it's more in the middle, so I might leave that one and then take out these two. So we'll get our chopstick here. So this one came out really easy. That's the one that's not all the way up. So we can just plant him over here in our potting mix. Okay, and then the other one, we'll have to pull it up a little bit more. He's in there pretty good. There we go. So there we have just one nice long root there, so it wasn't too hard to get up. Right, and that one was the chocolate linzo. So now I'm just going to tap the soil back down. And now we've got one. So we've got one more to do. This one is the Zamora. This one has some pretty purple leaves on it. So one of these seedlings looks like it might not have, it just has one leaf coming out, it looks like. So this seedling I'm not too happy about, so I'm probably not, I'll go ahead and plant it in here, but I'm definitely not gonna leave this one in the can. This one actually looks really nice and strong, but it's not in the middle of the can, so I'm gonna take that one out too, and we'll just be left with that one there, which is nice in the middle. All right, so we're gonna try and get this big guy out first. So since it's so big, it may be down there pretty far. There we go, getting there. There we go. So there is the root on that one. Okay, so we have one more to get out of here. So this one shouldn't have too much roots here. Let me pat that down a little bit. It has a pretty good root system for not many leaves, so it might, since the roots look so good, it may actually do okay. So we'll put that in our tray here. And we got our plant tag here. So we're going to put these back under a heat mat, or on top of a heat mat. And then this one here, we're just going to tap the soil down. It's a pretty short seedling, so I don't think we need to add any more soil to this one. So that one should be good. All right, so we are all set. We have one seedling in each can, and hopefully they do well. I'm gonna get all these back on top of the heat mat, and we'll do another update when they start getting a little bit bigger. Thanks for watching, and we'll talk to you again soon. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. You can also find me on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook.